Your person has finally come to a place of deep realization, one they should have reached much earlier, but sometimes clarity only comes through distance and silence. They now see, with a heavy heart, that they took far too much from this connection. For a long time, they were emotionally unavailable, distant, and at times even dismissive. Meanwhile, you were the one who kept trying, kept hoping, kept fighting. You were the anchor holding everything together, always going the extra mile, always giving more than you received. They understand now that you carried the emotional weight of the relationship almost entirely on your own. You put in the effort, tried to communicate, nurtured the bond, and envisioned a future together. But while you were doing all of this, they were either running, avoiding, or simply not ready to meet you at that same level. And that imbalance slowly wore you down. It hurt you deeply, even if you didn't always show it. You gave them love, trust, patience, and space, and in return, they gave you confusion, inconsistency, and emotional walls. Now, as they reflect in solitude, they are overwhelmed by regret. They are beginning to understand the full impact of their actions, or lack thereof. The emotional damage they caused wasn't just situational, it was repeated, subtle, and at times, quietly devastating. They didn't realize how unfair they were being until now. They see how they failed to show up for you, how they hurt someone who only wanted to love them, and how they turned away from something that could have been beautiful, simply because they weren't ready to face their own inner fears. This period of separation has not been easy for them. In fact, it's been heartbreaking. Their higher self recognizes just how unbearable the distance has become. There have been moments when they missed you so much, it physically ached, but they also knew deep down that this space was necessary. They needed to be alone, not to forget you, but to find themselves. They had to confront the parts of themselves that kept sabotaging love. They had to heal old wounds, reflect on their patterns, and understand why they pushed away something so genuine. Through this inner journey, they've come to understand something vital: they have been in love with you for a very long time. They may have never said it outright, and they certainly didn't show it in the way you deserved, but the feelings were always there, deep, powerful, and real. What stopped them wasn't a lack of love, it was fear. Fear of vulnerability. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being seen for who they truly are, flaws and all. That fear became a wall, and behind it, they hid everything they wanted to tell you. They wish they had told you sooner how much you meant to them. They wish they hadn't held back all those times you needed reassurance or affection. They want to apologize sincerely for the times they blocked you out, emotionally, physically, or even digitally. Ignoring your messages, disappearing when things got too real, pretending like nothing mattered, those were their defense mechanisms, not a reflection of how they felt. And now, they carry deep guilt for every time they left you in the dark. They want you to know that their silence was never indifference. It was never about you being unworthy. It was about their own inner chaos. They never truly showed you the depth of their love, and for that, they are truly sorry. They were dealing with unresolved issues, emotional baggage, fears of intimacy, and a lack of self-worth that made it nearly impossible for them to express themselves authentically. Now, they're yearning to meet you, to look you in the eyes and say the things they've kept buried for so long. They want to tell you how much they still care, how much they admire your strength, your patience, and the love you gave so freely. They don't expect forgiveness right away, nor do they assume things can go back to how they were, but they do hope for a chance. A chance to speak their truth. A chance to rebuild something, even if slowly. A chance to finally give to you what you always gave to them: unconditional love, honesty, and effort. They are not the same person they were before. This time apart has changed them. It has softened their heart and opened their eyes. And now, more than anything, they hope it's not too late. I hate this silence between us. I hate it when we're not talking, when we just keep waiting on each other to make the first move. It's like there's this invisible wall we both keep walking up to, but neither of us wants to be the one to break it down. Every day I wake up hoping today will be different, that maybe you'll reach out, say something, post something that gives me a sign. I find myself constantly checking your social media, scanning through stories, watching your posts like they hold some hidden message meant just for me. I look to see if you're online, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you're thinking of me too. But recently, it feels different. It feels like you're not even trying to keep that thread between us alive anymore. Like you've drifted into your own little world, a world where I no longer belong, and that thought honestly breaks my heart a little more every day. You seem so calm, like you're finally at peace. And as much as I want that for you, it's hard to see you move forward like that when I still feel so stuck here, caught in this loop of hope and longing. You're giving off a vibe like you're content, like you're enjoying your life, your space, your solitude. And maybe that's good for you, maybe that's growth. But from where I stand, it feels like distance. It feels like you're pulling away and I'm the only one still holding on. And the worst part? I don't want you to move on. I don't want you to find comfort in someone else's arms. I don't want to see you fall in love with someone who isn't me. Because no matter how much time passes, no matter how silent we become, in my heart, you still feel like mine. And I know, maybe that sounds selfish, but it's the truth. I believe deep down that you still care for me. Maybe not in the loud, intense way you used to, but in the quiet, lingering way that never really goes away. The kind of caring that's subtle but real. The kind that stays in your bones. But things have changed, God, they've changed so much. It's not like it used to be. Back then, there was a kind of comfort, a kind of familiarity between us that made everything feel okay, even on the worst days. Now, everything feels uncertain, like I'm walking on eggshells around memories of us. The only thing that still feels like home, the only thing that still feels safe, is you. You've grown a lot. I can feel it even from a distance. Your energy is different now, it's grounded, peaceful, soft in a way that it wasn't before. You're not chasing, not rushing, not looking for external validation. It's like you've found something inside yourself that you used to search for in me. And while I admire that growth, while I'm proud of you for reaching that place, I also miss the version of you that wanted us with the same fire I still carry in my chest. I miss the urgency, the passion, the way you used to look at me like we were the only two people in the world. I know that kind of intensity can burn us out, but I didn't think it would burn out completely. Maybe this time around, it's not about chasing or proving anything. Maybe it's about letting love mature, letting it breathe. But that doesn't mean I've stopped wanting our union. If anything, I want it more than ever. Not just the fantasy of it, not just the idea of being together, but a real, grounded, lasting connection. A partnership that's based on understanding and patience, not just chemistry and sparks. I want us to come back together, not because we're afraid of being apart, but because we've both grown into the kind of people who can choose each other again, with clarity, with commitment, with love that's deep and steady. I don't know where you stand right now. Maybe you're still figuring things out, maybe you've already made peace with moving on. But I needed to say this. I needed to let you know that I still feel the pull, that I still believe in what we had, and what we could still have. I'm not trying to force anything. I just wanted to be honest. Because this silence is eating at me, and pretending like I don't care is becoming too heavy to carry. So if there's still a part of you that feels what I feel, no matter how small, I hope you'll reach out. I hope you'll let me in, even if just a little. Because I still believe in us. And I still want our union, not out of desperation, but out of love that refuses to give up. Your partner is going through a difficult time right now. There's an overwhelming heaviness in their heart that they just can't shake off. Lately, they've found it hard to focus on anything, no matter how small or important. It's as though the world around them has become blurry, and their thoughts are constantly wandering back to one person, you. They miss you deeply. More than just your presence, they miss your energy, your voice, the comfort of knowing you're around. Your absence has created a void in their life, and try as they might, nothing else seems to fill it. Every moment of silence feels louder now, and every distraction only makes your absence more noticeable. They've been reflecting on your time together, running through memories that bring both comfort and pain. Even though time has passed, their feelings for you have remained just as strong, perhaps even stronger. They want you to know that their love has never left. It hasn't faded, weakened, or been replaced. It's still there, steady and constant, quietly living in the background of their daily life. No matter where they go or who they're with, their heart always seems to find its way back to you. It's as though no amount of distance can change the truth they carry inside. You are their person. Thoughts of reconciliation have been pressing on their mind lately. It's not just a fleeting idea or a nostalgic wish, it's something they are truly considering, deeply and seriously. They want to make things right. They're waiting for the right moment, hoping the universe presents an opening, a sign, or the courage they need to move forward. The weight of the silence between you two has grown too heavy for them to carry. They know that time is precious, and they're starting to feel the urgency of not wanting to waste another day living in separation from someone they still love so much. Your partner is tired of running, tired of pretending, tired of trying to quiet their emotions. For a while, they may have convinced themselves that staying away was the right thing to do, maybe even necessary. But the truth is, that decision has brought them anything but peace. They've been trying to escape the intensity of what they feel, but all that has done is make them more aware of how real those feelings are. They now see that no amount of avoidance or distraction will make their love for you disappear. If anything, it's only made it more apparent that they are not complete without you. They realize they've been running from themselves, from the vulnerability, the emotions, the depth of their connection with you, and now they just feel exhausted from it all. There's an undeniable void in their heart, and they've come to understand that only one person can fill it, and that person is you. No one else has been able to touch their soul the way you do. No one else makes them feel safe, seen, and understood the way you have. You hold a part of them that they never gave to anyone else. In fact, they now believe that they couldn't even if they tried, because that space in their heart was shaped specifically for you. Yes, it's true, you hold the key to their heart. You always have. When they were with you, even in the simplest moments, something inside them felt at peace. You brought them a sense of calm that they haven't been able to find anywhere else. When the world felt overwhelming, your presence grounded them. When they were anxious or lost in overthinking, your voice, your smile, your energy, those things helped them breathe easier. With you, they felt like they were exactly where they were meant to be. You brought joy to their heart in a way that was pure and effortless. Being around you made their soul feel alive, complete, and understood in a way they never knew they needed. They carry all of that with them now, even in your absence. And it's that same feeling that's been calling them back to you. They don't want to ignore it anymore. They don't want to keep pretending that they can live a fulfilling life while pushing down something so real, so rare, and so deep. More than anything, they want to reconnect, to rebuild, and to make amends. They're hoping that, when the time is right, the door will still be open. If you've ever wondered whether they still care, please know that they do. With every heartbeat, every quiet moment, every longing glance toward the past and hopeful gaze into the future, they are thinking of you. You are not forgotten. You are not replaceable. You are still the one they love. And they're hoping, with all their heart, that somehow, some way, they can find their way back to you again.